Gentlemen, and welcome to the one, the only, all rise and shine. Look, I don't have a little cup of coffee in the big times today, but I'm going to play it anyway.
Cup of coffee in the big time, yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
I was in the gym this morning, so I already had my cup of coffee, but I'm feeling good. Life is beautiful, folks. Another day above ground. You can't complain. Never can complain about that. Another opportunity grants you with every single day you wake up, folks. So the Yankees need to wake up. I tell you that much. Yankees got to wake up a little bit and get some things going. We're going to talk about some of that today. First and foremost, though, we're going to start with a former New York Yankee complaining, blah, blah, blah. Never wanted to be there. Wah, wah, wah. Crybaby nonsense. Little baloney. You know what I'm saying? A little baloney. And yeah, I see some people in the chat talking about Pete. Devin Williams is going. I'm happy about it. We'll talk about that too. There's quite a bit of stuff to go over today and talk about. A voicemail line is open, by the way, 804-592-6160. You guys already know the dealio regarding that. Drop your voicemails. Have a great time. What's up, chat? How's everybody doing out there? But let's get right into it, right? We're going to start with Sonny Gray. I'm going to start with Sonny Gray. I was contemplating this. I said, do I even talk about Sonny Gray? Does anybody even care about Sonny Gray at this point? I say, you know what? The reason I'm going to talk about Sonny Gray, Pete Simonetti was a big supporter of this move. And I'm not going to walk away or shy away from that. I wanted the Yankees to get Sonny Gray at the time. Obviously, turned out to be ass. But I'm going to go ahead and just play this anyway. There's not a ton of news out there. Let's take a listen to Sonny Gray and I'll comment on his bullshit.
Say what did factor into my decision to come to Boston is it feels good to me to go to a place now where, you know what, it's easy to hate the Yankees, right? It's easy to go out and have that rivalry and go in it with full force, full steam ahead. I like the challenge. I appreciate the challenge. I accept the
Pobrecito.
challenge.
Aw.
But this time around, it's just go out and be yourself. Don't try to be anything other than yourself. And if people don't like it, it is what it is. I am who I am, and I'm okay with that. New York just wasn't a good situation for me. Wasn't a great setup for me and my family. I never wanted to go there in the first place. When that was kind of happening, when we were in Oakland and I was getting traded, that was a long time ago. I never wanted to go there. So then I was there, and it just kind of like it just didn't really work for kind of who I am. And
anybody got a violin to play? Does anybody have a violin for me that I could just borrow real quick and do a little notes? A couple of notes on it there for Sonny Gray. Oh, God bless you, Sonny. God bless you. But taking shots at the Yankees isn't going to make you pitch better. Taking shots at the Yankees now after all these years, which, by the way, you've contradicted yourself many times. So I'll tell you why you wouldn't work in New York. Because you're a bullshitter. That's why you wouldn't work in New York. And not a bullshitter in a good way. I always say, New Yorkers, it's hard to bullshit a real New Yorker because New Yorkers can bullshit with the best of them. But Sonny Gray's a coward. And I don't mean to say that in a negative way. Look, New York isn't for some people. But be a man, Sonny. I know, look, a lot of times anybody comes to New York, they step to the table, right? They step to that podium, the mic's in their face, and immediately they sit there and they go, hey, look, at the end of the day, I've always wanted to be a Yankee. Who wouldn't want to put these pinstripes on? That's why I always say it's baloney. Never listen to when people say that because everybody wants to be a Yankee. When you're there in the moment, you're gonna say stuff. But here's the problem with Sonny Gray. He said, look, the Yankee situation was great for me even after he left and was traded from the New York Yankees in the situation that didn't work. So look, I'm not going to give Sonny Gray a lot of time here. Sonny Gray's a guy that is going to face the Yankees. He's pitching for the Boston Red Sox. Obviously, at the end of the day, this is a different dude. Good. We'll see how he does in Boston. He's a very good pitcher. Nobody's going to deny that. It didn't work here in New York. It seems like his feelings are hurt, or he's trying to, maybe endear himself to Red Sox fans by taking a shot at the Yankees. But again, Sonny, you'll get your opportunities to potentially pitch in New York this year at Yankee Stadium, potentially have the chance to pitch against the Yankees multiple times, and you'll have all that opportunity to show how much I hate these guys and do it potentially the right way and, talk on the field. Alex, what's up, my brother? How we doing, fam?
Thank you for being a friend.
Oh, he's got that gabagool. I tell you what, Sonny Gray is a hater. He got his feelings hurt with the Yankees, so now he is throwing a petty party. Yeah, man, look, he's probably, like I said before, a lot of these guys, they want to endear themselves to the new fans and all that, but my biggest problem with him is that you just contradict yourself. Even outside of the Yankees, when you left the Yankees, you had no attachment to the Yankees. You sat there and said, it was a great situation for me. I got to learn a lot, blah, blah, blah. There was always the rumors about Rothschild with him, wasn't a good pitching coach for him, took away some of his pitches. And, talk is cheap. Do it on the field, Sonny. Look, if you beat us up on the field, I'll sit there and go, great job. Great job. God bless you, brother. God bless you. You did your job. You went out there. You beat us. All right, cute. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. But let's get into some bigger news. Guys, again, I got voicemails galore. As you guys know, every single episode, we got voicemails galore here at the U, and I'm going to get to some of those. First and foremost, I do want to get into my conversation here about Tatsuya Emi. I want to talk about Imai. As you guys know, we got a lot of supporters here at NYU that actually live in Japan. Japan is actually an area that we get a lot of views from. A lot of people watch us from Japan, and I want to talk about that here. Before we get into, voicemail, some other things, I want to give everybody a little take and some more information I learned about Imai over the weekend. There's pros here and there's cons, as in every single player. Imai, to me, is a guy the Yankees got to take whatever con there is and own it and work with it and get better. One of the biggest cons early on in Imai's career was he was wild. He walked too many guys. How is that going to work in the major leagues? How is that going to hold up in this league? And before I even go further on that, The comps to Yamamoto, end them. He's not Yamamoto. End it. End it. There's been a lot of talk about, well, this is Yamamoto type. No, he's not. Anybody who has sat there and said, this is a Yamamoto situation, you're wrong. Yamamoto was always known as a guy that should be able to go right to American baseball and dominate. He's not in that category of pitcher. Now, again, can he surprise people and do even better in America? Potentially. We've seen Japanese pitchers do that. But to be fair, that is not a fair comp. So what I was told about him is that he's not a heavy splitter guy either. He's not a big split guy. He does throw a splitter. He's struggled in his past against left-handed batters. That has been a concern with some Yankee pitchers. Clark Schmidt was one of those guys that struggled a lot against lefties. Typically, he sits in that 94, 95, 96 range, can get the 97, 98, even 99 when he needs to dial it up to get a big out. But again, a guy that has utilized a fastball, the fastball slider mix against righties. Then again, he goes ahead and throws in that changeup a lot against lefties. He also has developed a Vulcan changeup, which he works more as a sinker to get more ground balls. But again, a guy that has the mentality, a guy that has the mindset of wanting to be really, really good. That is where, if I'm the Yankees, I'd run with. And I've seen a lot of you already throw out the comps. Well, what are the comps? I'm going to talk about those real quickly. The great thing, though, that I was told is that in 2025, it is by far the best version of Tatsuya Imai that the world has ever seen. He is now the guy that people really feel more confident that can easily go to Major League Baseball and be a number 2 top or a number 3 starter in a team's rotation. Again, going to be 28 years old heading into to this year when he signs. Already posted. A lot of people expect him to sign maybe during the winter meetings, which is this weekend. It starts, or again, slightly after that. But they don't believe it's going to take extremely long for Imai to sign his contract. Now, again, man, I want to be fair with comps because a lot of people bring up these comps and yeah, sometimes they're crazy. He's not Yamamoto. So dial that one back. He's not a guy that you can immediately say, this guy could be a Cy Young contender. Now, could he be? Of course. You never know. When it's a Japanese comp, I was told expect more of Kodai Senga. Now, who the hell wouldn't be excited about him being a Kodai Senga? Senga's a very good pitcher, has had his injury concerns. To be fair, Imai has had his injury concerns. Thankfully, it has been more leg issues than it has been anything with his arm. There was some sprained ankle situations and stuff like that Imai has dealt with. But I don't believe, based off my knowledge or what I've been told, it has been anything related to like an arm injury, any of that stuff that can really scare us away. It hasn't really been that. But he has had his injury concerns throughout his career. But he is... A lot of the comps I've heard, Japanese pitchers, Senga, but some of the other ones I heard is Brian Bayo is a guy that I've heard a comp to that somebody actually directly said. Luis Castillo is a very, very good comp for him. I've also heard Joe Ryan's name mentioned as comps for Kodai Senga, as comps for Imai. So when you look at the picture of the Yankees, why I like the idea of just spending money. Sucks having to say this as a Yankee fan, but that's supposed to be an advantage. That's supposed to be an advantage of the New York Yankees, is exactly that, is that we have money to spend. You can make mistakes if it's money related. If you give up some of your really good talent, that could hurt you in the future. The problem for the Yankees right now is that there's a situation here with ownership we just don't know. Years ago, we would have known, right? Years ago, we could have sat here and said, hey, look, man, they're going to get Tucker, Imai. Maybe they even look at Bo Bichette. That's years ago. That's not now. We know that reality is different. Unfortunately, this is the time that we are living in when the Yankees are a different entity. They're not going to be the team that says we don't really care about burning money here. We'll burn that money and we'll make up for it if we have to. If things don't work out, that's fine. We'll make it work. And, Imai has kind of done a Sonny Gray, so to say. He's endeared himself to many fans out there that right now hate the Dodgers. You want to know why they hate the Dodgers? Because the Dodgers are winning. It's the same thing we went through as Yankee fans back in the late 90s, early 2000s, where Yankee fans were hated because the Yankee fans were winning. And we got the players that we set out to get. And it wasn't competition in that regard because George Steinbrenner was going to get the players he wanted, even if it didn't work out. George said, I'm going to take him away from that team and bring him here. Wasn't always the best strategy, but you knew the idea was always strategic for the New York Yankees. Imai has come out and said, hey, look, man, I want to beat the Dodgers. I don't want to play for them. And there's been a lot of talk about, well, what does that mean for him? Where is he then going to play? The Padres are a real landing spot potentially. Here's the problem with the Padres. As it stands right now, nobody knows what the hell is going on with the Padres. Nobody knows what is happening with this team. Are they looking to deal salaries? Are they even looking to add salaries? Nobody knows. But for years, based off what I was told in the email, a lot of people thought Imai was eventually going to be a Padre. But the Padre situation now is very different. Early on, there was a lot of rumors about the Giants. The Giants have basically come out and said, we're not looking to add many, many years for a starting pitcher. We're not looking to do that necessarily. So many people right now feel like the Giants are out. Well, the Yankees lost in 2024 to the Dodgers in the World Series, and a lot of people kind of compared it to because the Dodgers are acting like they are the new age New York Yankees in many, many regards, right? They're spending money. They're winning. They're not stopping. They're continuing to dig, and get better and better and better every year. Even after winning World Series, the Dodgers are sitting back going, we'll spend more money. No problem. And they're feeding into the idea that we could be hated. We're okay with being hated. No problem. The situation for Yankee fans when we hear Imai say what he says is, damn, we want that mentality here. The question now exists, will Hal Steinbrenner give a check mark of approval to adding more salary to a rotation that already has a lot of money to it? Max Fried, Garrett Cole, Carlos Rodon. Now you would add a fourth arm that is tied up for years to come that has to be in your rotation. When the Yankees, to be fair to them, have a lot of youth coming up. ERC, we know about. Carlos Lagrange, we know about. Ben Hess, Cunningham. We know about a lot of these guys that are on the way coming up for the Yankees that, could have a spot eventually at some point, but it's a decision that the Yankees have to make. The reason why I've pushed this idea to go out there and get a guy like Imai is because it then opens up that depth pool of pitching for the Yankees to make trades. If you were to lose out, and this is the loser's route, by the way. This is the loser's route. If you were to lose out on Bellinger and Tucker because, your wallet's tight. Se murió. Because your wallet's tight and you don't have the money. Yeah. Baloney.
Put him in a fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
If that's the case, well, then it allows you to open up via trade and maybe add some controllable players, or maybe you just end up sticking with your young outfielders and saying, let's roll the dice. We'll see what happens. Praying that's not the case, but you never know with this team. But again, Imai has the profile of a guy that will and should succeed at the major league level. And let's be real. If you're a businessman, Hal Steinbrenner, you say you are, you talk a lot about bottom lines, right? You talk a lot about your expenses. You talk a lot about that. Well, I don't understand how the Japanese market is not front and center then when it's going to make you a lot of money. Imai's not going to sign a $300+ million contract, folks. He's not going to sign that type of contract that is going to shock everybody. It's not going to happen, right? We kind of know that already. That's the rumor out there. Now, again, nobody expected Yamamoto to sign 300 plus, but Yamamoto's a different breed. He's a different breed. He's a different animal. A lot of projections on Imai is it might get to 200. Maybe. Maybe it gets to 200 if there's some bidding war that comes out of nowhere. But it could get to that high. A lot of people project him more in the mid 100s, 165, 175, around there. And that's fair based off who he is. But for the Yankees, you got to look at this as a business move too. Now, don't get me wrong. You got to understand that this is a good player for you, that this is a good guy you can put in this rotation and know he should be successful. We shouldn't have a problem with this guy developing in New York or pitching in New York. And I've asked about Imai. Now, look, Murakami's a guy I've been told, hey, look, Pete, he really hasn't performed big in the big games. I don't know what it's going to be like for him in New York. Okay, fair. Haven't heard that about Imai. Everybody I talk to about Imai says, look, man, the dude has ice in his veins and he wants it. He wants it. That's even before his comments about the Dodgers that Yankee fans ate up because we're like, yes, bring that mentality here. Please, we need that. But awesome potential here to add to the Yankees rotation. And let's be honest, man, you start the year with Fried, Imai, Cam, Louis Heel, Warren, whatever other move the Yankees may decide to make. You know you got Carlos Rodon and Garrett Cole on the mend to come back. That's a good place to be rotation-wise. You know what I mean? That's a good spot to be in that regard, is that your rotation is pretty damn strong, and you're going to need it. You're going to need it in this American League East. I'm going to pause right there, answer this. Then I want to talk about a move that was made by Toronto. Don't underrate this move, by the way. Alex, my guy, let's get you a little music, my brother.
You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best.
I appreciate the super chat, my guy. Thank you, Pete. It's also easier for you to get one of the two big players when you have one or two holes to fill, not a couple. Not defending the Yankees here, though. We'll talk about that a little bit. Look, man, two moves I'll talk about really fast. Devin Williams, I don't care. Look, I was a big fan of Devin Williams. Don't get me wrong. Everybody knows. Look, I'm not going to shy away from anything. I was very happy when the Yankees got Devin Williams. It happened right here on this show on a Francis Friday. We were sitting here. News broke. Yankees trade for Devin Williams. I was excited. Over the moon excited because I loved the profile of the pitcher. And it was always kind of a feeling there that, man, Devin Williams could probably come here and be good. But Devin Williams sucked. And I had no other way to put it. You know, whatever the stuff went. Yeah, he stole, NYU stuff. They didn't give Francis, my brother, no credit. And I don't like when you fuck with my family. Excuse my language, it's early in the morning. I don't like when you mess with my family, all right? Francis is my brother. That's family. I don't like you do that. You could give credit where credit's due. Thank the dude. Hey, look, I appreciate you. That's awesome, man. I'm going to use that. All right, cool. Yeah, no problem. Article was written about it. Thankfully, Francis at NYY Underground got put in that article. Shout out to Gary Phillips, one of the better beat reporters out there. By the way, just saying, Gary Phillips of the Yankees, one of the better beat reporters out there by far. Good guy. Overall good guy. But I don't care. He went to the Mets. Look, I've had some Mets fans say, I literally posted a thing. This is how insane this is, folks. Listen with me real quick. I posted a thing and I said, thank you at Mets. There's a Mets fan that comes in and goes, remind me of this tweet 10 months later. I'm like, remind you of what exactly there, genius? That I'm excited that he's no longer a Yankee and I'm thanking the Mets for taking him? I didn't say he's going to suck as a Met. I didn't say he's gonna be terrible the rest. I'm just saying I'm happy he's no longer a Yankee. That's my opinion. I don't like the guy. I'm not a fan of Devin Williams. I'm happy Devin Williams is gone. I'll leave it at that. Nothing else to say about Devin Williams. Jake, what's up, my guy? Goes, why not sign all three Japanese players as well as Bellinger? Then trade for the bullpen, maybe put Carlos Agranje into the bullpen. Well, look, a couple of things wrong with that one there. That's never going to happen. We know that's not going to happen. They're not going to sign all three Japanese players that are available out there. That's not going to be the case. Can they sign two of those guys? Yeah. You can see Akamoto definitely being a get. Yankees could use him as a full-time third baseman and trade Ryan McMahon. He's also very good defensively at third or first base, 2-time Gold Glove winner, I believe. And then when it comes to, Imai, Murakami, I don't know. Imai fits better than Murakami does. Murakami, to me, is a last-ditch effort. If you lose on Tucker, you lose on Bellinger, you go, you know what? Shit. Let's take the risk. Put this guy number 2. Put Judge behind him. Maybe this guy goes bananas. And there is a possibility he could go bananas, by the way. There's a possibility. Carlos Legrand, on the other hand, you're not going to just throw that guy in the bullpen. You want him to... It's a Dellin Betances situation with him. If he fails as a starter, you can simply sit there and go, put that 101, 102, 103 in the bullpen. He has that and a nasty slider. Could be dominating. Huge guy. Could be absolutely dominating. A friend of NYU. We would love that. Why not? But yeah, you want to see him fail as a starter first at the major league level and give him that opportunity. And then you got to make that switch if you want. Kind of the way the Yankees went about it with Dellin Betances. Cody Ponce. Signed a 3-year, $30 million deal with the Toronto Blue Jays, and I've seen many people say, well, this guy had these numbers in Korea. He's going to be ass. Folks, Cody Ponce is not the guy that failed pitching in the major leagues. This is a nice find and a nice get by the Toronto Blue Jays, and I'm not even going to sit here and try to denounce this move and be like, oh, who cares? It means nothing. I've seen a lot of people kind of just scramble past this. That is a really smart risk. And I tip my cap. I tip my cap to the Blue Jays on that move. Dead serious. That is a very, very smart risk by the Toronto Blue Jays. I've done a lot of watching, a lot of video on Cody Ponce here since that deal happened. I reported it back to my NYU team and said, hey, look, here's what I found. This kid could be trouble. Cody Ponce developed a splitter, and the Blue Jays are now eating the splitter up because it's a pitch that a lot of teams are now saying, we got to get on that. We got to get on that. We got to get on that because you got a team like the Yankees as lefty heavy. You guys remember going back to Tatsuya Savage? Tatsuya Savage's first outing. Go back to what I told everybody before that game. I've been watching a lot of video on Tatsuya Savage. That splitter is disgusting. If it's working today against left-handed hitters of the Yankees could be in a world of pain. And they were. And the Yankees struggled. Matter of fact, majority of hitters struggle against a good split. It's very, very tough. As you guys know, the idea of the splitter is to differentiate from the fastball and the split. It's very, very difficult down the coming to a batter to pick up the difference and the idea of that. Makes it very, very effective. We see it with Fernando Cruz. He's not a guy that throws 98, 99. He has an unbelievable splitter that gets a lot of swings and misses. Cody Ponce developed that split in Korea. And let me tell you, folks, it's nasty. And he throws in the mid to high 90s. It is nasty. Cody Ponce has a chance to be a good major league pitcher. They've also picked up Dylan Cease. So I understand a lot of people kind of, goes over my head. I don't want to go and dig the research. And I also definitely don't want to give credit to an AL East division rival. I don't want to do that. But to be fair, that ain't me. I don't do that here. NYU doesn't do that. We're just honest about things. I'm not going to be biased and act like, well, this was a Korean guy. He's pitching in Korea. Yeah, whatever happened. He got good stuff, man. He got good stuff. I think that is a pretty solid risk. Because it's still risky, don't get me wrong. But I think it's a solid risk and a solid move by the Toronto Blue Jays, who have added 2 arms already to their rotation. If you're a Blue Jays fan, we got True North in the chat. Can't be too upset about that. This is a team that just went to the World Series. They're making moves. As Matcha said, yeah, man, can't really knock that hustle, right? Let's get to voicemails, guys. Man, oh man, did you guys load us up. Look at this. Holy shit. Let me do a refresh real quick. Lord have mercy. Here we go. Let's get it going. You guys have missed All Rise, haven't you?
Hey, Pete.
Yo.
I guess I just wanted to voice a few concerns on Imai.
Okay.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, I would be excited and I'd hope he, if he gets here, I hope he just destroys the league, obviously. But I do have concerns and, just kind of, listen, there's risk in anything you do, right? But here are my concerns, right? Number one is I'm worried that, hey, we just came off of Yamamoto just dominating, right? So here comes, another Japanese player, similar in stature, and and it's like, hey, he's the next Yamamoto, right? How often does that really work out? But so that's one. I've even seen in some San Francisco Giants stuff, like they're comparing him to Tim Lincecum, and I'm sitting there going like, why? Because of the hair? Like it's kind of silly, right? And
it is.
And the other thing too is I mean, just the control issues that he's had. I mean, Yamamoto really never had that. Just recently, and listen, maybe he fixed those things, right? You got to give him the benefit of the doubt, I guess, right?
Yeah.
He only threw really a couple of pitches up until this, like he just kind of expanded his pitch mix recently.
One pitch.
And he doesn't home run his arm. Like apparently in Japan, people run on him all day. I think he like leads the league out there for people that run on him. So, again, just some things to kind of, I listen, like I said, this is like therapy for me. I'm not saying I don't want him, just voicing some concerns. I would be excited and, and listen, and we'll see what happens with Tucker and Bellinger and, maybe we can have ourselves a good off season. I know, next week is the winter meeting, so, we should have a lot to talk about. But anyway, just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on that. Take care. Bye.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you. Look, one of the biggest mistakes everybody makes, every organization makes, is these crazy comps to some of your best players of the past or of the present. We hear it a lot in the Yankee system all the time, right? Ugh. Jason Dominguez is Mickey Mantle. Spencer Jones is Aaron Judge. Just stop it. You know what I mean? I come out against this stuff all the time. Anthony Volpe is Derek Jeter. I come out about this stuff all the time, and I just say, please stop. Like, let these guys be who they're going to be. Stop this bullshit comparison, nutcase stuff of the greatest players of all time. Like, stop doing that. Spencer Jones, likely, you never know what happens. But this idea of, well, he's Aaron Judge. Well, why? Well, they're similar in height. And he has power. Oh, okay. Is that all Aaron Judge is? The Derek Jeter. Well, they're both born in, one is he's a Jersey kid. He took a picture with Derek. Oh, okay. So he's Derek Jeter. Okay. Yeah, that worked out really fine. It's the same thing here with Imai. He's not, like I said before to start this show, he's not Yamamoto. Don't compare him to Yamamoto. Just let that be. Leave it alone. Stop this nut job comps. Even Tim Lincecum. Tim Lincecum early in his career, before he really started to break down, was great. It wasn't just good. He was great. And yes, you're right. Body size, structure. Imai's not a big guy. Yamamoto's not a big guy either. But yeah, of course, right away he got the hair like a Lincecum, and he's a smaller guy. So let's compare him to Tim Lincecum because the Giants have interest. It's not only Yankee fans who do this. It happens a lot across the board. I'm with you, man. Let it be. I will talk about some of the other players that are available here momentarily, but let's keep voicemails going.
Hey, Pete, you're chat. William Henry here.
There he is.
Hey, Pete, this morning I got a year-end recap from YouTube on my phone for this year, 2025. It said that I have watched 540 podcasts of NYYU in 2025. So I just wanted to say thanks for all the enjoyment that you provided for me this year. I love it. I did some research, and I found out that the Yankees can and should sign, get this, Tucker, Bichette, and Imai, and those three would win us a World Series. And here's why and how we can and should do it. Okay? In 2008, after missing the playoff, the Yankees signed Sabathia, Teixeira, and Burnett for a total of almost $500 million. Okay. It worked because all three helped us win the World Series the next year, 2009. If you take that $500 million that the Yankees spent in 2008, adjusted that for inflation in today's $2025, that would be almost $700 million now. And for $700 million, we would be close to affording Tucker at say $350 plus, Bichette at around $200, and Imai at around $200. So that's $750. And here's, if we had Tucker, Bichette, and Imai, we would have another core three for at least 5+ years to go with Judge's next couple great years. So the question for Hal is, how seriously do you want to win? Signing those three players would prove it. Not doing it shows that Hal does not want to win. I'm out. Take care. Bye.
William Henry, a great voice, man. Look, man, it's sad that me being who I am, loving this community so much, loving the Yankees the way I do, working so hard to make NYYU, one of the leading voices out there. And it's sad that I can honestly sit here and say, unfortunately, that's a pipe dream. Because I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to sit here and ever lie to this Yankee fan base. I can't do it. And I'm not going to sit there and also provide hope in regards that the Yankees would do that, because if it did happen, I'll never sit here and say, I knew they could do it. I'd sit here and be like, holy, I'm stunned. I would not have words to say if the Yankees and Hal Steinbrenner did that, because I'd be like, Ralph Cramden. I have no idea what to say. None whatsoever. If they did an offseason like that. Now, could they? Of course they can. Will they? No. Unfortunately, we know it's total fantasy, as William Henry just added to the chat. Yeah, it's total fantasy nowadays. Now, again, two of those guys is not insane. Imai and a big bat is not insane. And I want to share something out because, look, a lot of times you guys hear me talk about Yankee beat writers, and I go, these guys are so, they're just, they don't do what they're supposed to be doing, in my opinion. I've shouted one of them out today. I'm going to shout another one out today. Mark Feinsand. Mark Feinsand wrote an article for MLB, and all he used was common sense. He said, let me look at the top prospect for, top free agent for every MLB team and see who's the best fit for each team, right? You guys want to guess in the chat who he picked for the New York Yankees? Use common sense. You might know this article been out for like a week. I think it happened right after designated spitter signed off last Sunday. But guess who he picked, folks? Who's the easiest guy for the Yankees? Using all common sense, what is the area of need? Who would you pick for the Yankees to go out there and target? I'll give you guys like 5 seconds more, and then I'm going to go into it. I'm going to read it because remember what Pete Simonetti has been saying. Remember what the guy right here has been telling you guys, all right? So here is, a lot of you in the chat got it. Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette. Here's what he says. Now listen to him. I'm going to read it, and remember what Pete Simonetti has been telling you guys for a long time. Here it goes. Bichette and the Blue Jays could still have a reunion, which is most likely, potentially. But what if the Yankees made a strong bid for the shortstop? Many view Bichette as a future second baseman, but with Anthony Volpe recovering from shoulder surgery and Jazz Chisholm set to be a free agent next year, Bichette could step in at shortstop and give the Yankees a long-term plan at second base if Chisholm leaves. Folks, you have heard me preach this for a while, and I'm not saying that Mark Feinsand has listened to Pete and he said exactly word for word what I've been telling you guys. No, because to me, it's still common sense. Anybody with a normal brain, baseball brain, would sit there and go, if he's not a shortstop, put him there for the year. Put him there for the year. Have the solid defense at third, solid defense at second base, a lot of range, helps him out defensively, and then he can make the transition to second base long term. And you just added one of the most clutch players in the league and you took him from Toronto. Like, that's why I go back to the beginning of this offseason. I know a lot of people are like, Pete, but you know they're not going to do it. I'm like, it's not my job. It's not my job to just predict exactly what I'm going to tell you guys my opinion. I'm going to tell you what I think is obvious. And I've said it before, if I was able to sit down in the room of the Yankee people that are making these decisions, I just love to hear them talk, and then I come in at the end and go, why is Bo Bichette not number one on the list exactly? You got the perfect opportunity here to say, hey, look, we had to upgrade short. Volpe's out. Well, what does that mean for Anthony Volpe? I don't know. We still got plans for him. That's all. If you're worried about hurting feelings or admitting that Anthony Volpe hasn't been good, you don't have to answer anything. He's hurt. He's out. This is your opportunity, Yankees. This is your opportunity to say, you know what? Fine. Let's move on. We could just sit there simply and say, we still feel this space for Volpe here. You don't got to answer he's hurt. He's injured. Yeah, but long term, who knows what happens? Great situation for the Yankees to be in, by the way. I don't think they'll play on it, though.
Hey, Pete Macho King in the house. How you doing? Yeah. Well, I've had about all I could stand, so I can't stand
Facts.
no more. Yeah.
Yeah.
At the winter meetings, the Yankees need to make moves and show everyone who they are. Yeah. But I don't know if they have the intestinal fortitude. Yeah. To get the job done.
Yeah.
And all hell's gonna overpay because these ball players are a bunch of overpriced crybaby prima donnas. And if hell comes crying, sobbing around the Macho King about payroll, I'll slap the taste off your gums, dig it! So hell, the dirty things straight skater people know what they're doing. But I'm here to tell you all they stir the drink bad, but not the Macho King. Yeah, I know how to stir the drink real good, And Sonny Gray, you're nothing but a liar. Now, because you play for the Red Sox, you're taking pot shots, yeah. And you'll be taking back shots in the AL East.
Hey, yo!
Stuff is nothing but garbage, yeah. And Steve Cohen, speaking of garbage, you're taking the Yankee floppy seconds. A real boat truck going on a school, but not hell, yeah. He's sailing on his boat like a prima donna. I don't know what Cohen's up to, and I ain't gonna work. Williams is a bum when it counts. And as far as it comes to the Yankees' facial hair policy, Macho King says, let it grow, let it grow, let it grow, yeah! And by next week, Imai should be a Yankee, because then he'd be able to see firsthand all the maniacs and mamas of the UWO. And when he looks up at the Audi Club skybox, he'll see the NYYU on the ground, jumping around and celebrating. And he'll turn around and smile and say, so much of the day, good day! Oh, yeah! March out!
All right, little Japanese march at the end there. I like it, but I tell you what, that back shot line.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say.
Lord have mercy. I don't know if March was watching that new 50 Cent Diddy documentary probably. Before that, my man said he's going to be taking back shots from the AL East. Wild stuff. But always, you know what to expect from Mach, man. Always GOAT status, always legendary. That's who Mach is. Speaking of legendary, folks, I mean, say he is the way. Kyle Malay.
Hey, Pete. Kyle Malay here. Hope you're having a good day.
Okay.
I'm having a wonderful. But, I'm really hoping the Yankees do something soon, but I got a feeling they're going to wait to the winter meetings. We need Imai and
Okay.
Tucker.
Okay.
Tucker should not be the backup option. Cody Bellinger should.
Facts.
But, you know the Yankees, they don't sense. But, let's all have a good day. I just wanted to check in, and hopefully everyone's having a wonderful week. And hopefully the Yankees do something soon. They need a shot list or something. If they don't, Yankees might as well just go in the towel before the season starts. But, let's all have a good day, and go Yankees. Wake up, Cashman and Hal.
Take it easy there, Malay. Malay was getting hot at the end, folks. Kyle Malay was getting hot at the end. Malay, I'm happy that you're having a wonderful day, by the way. You know, being together with friends is always great.
Being together with friends is what I like to do. Being together with friends. Together the whole day through.
Kind of what it is here at the NYU, man. We're together with friends, and I'm going to keep it going because that song is just too damn good to only have during the regular season. Booney, shout out to you, brother. Haven't forgot you, Booney. Don't think in the offseason I forget about you, Booney. I don't forget about you in the offseason there, Booney, all right? You're always on my mind. You're always on my mind. Let's keep it going, folks.
Yo, Pete, what up? It's Chandler. Hope everything's good with you and Jerry and everything. Babies be here soon and everything like that.
Indeed.
Baby Manetti.
Baby Manetti,
But
yeah.
I know we talking about
This
P, I
month.
know we talking about Imai, but you know what I see this narrative going around, right? That
What's
the
up,
Mets
brother?
get everybody from the Yankees.
Mets.
But the only player that they got that we actually wanted was Soto.
Yeah.
Literally, you
Fair.
got one guy that we care about. So I don't understand why that's such a narrative that Cohen is such in the way. Like, one good player, cool. Like, you could have Devin Williams. You could have Clay Holmes. They should have let him have Loizaga last year.
Facts.
Like, they always want our, like, washed up guys besides Soto. But yeah, I want Imai, man, because that opens us up to some trades and stuff like that. We could, trade Louis Hill in a package, possibly Schlittler, But we'll see, hopefully, because I hear he's going to sign soon. But let me know what you think about that.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, and thank you for the shout-out to Lil Manetti. Yeah, guys, knock on wood, little man's coming this month, hopefully. So I'll be busy. Definitely, especially probably that week of the 15th, 22nd, 29th. Those are going to be, that's when, all right, Daddy Pete is kicking back in business, baby. Those dates, yeah, we're going to be on high alert. Good news is for everybody, this weekend is the winter meetings. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I believe it is, which is what, the 7th, 8th, and 9th. So that's great. So, I'll have it covered here for you guys. As you know, we go live every day during the winter meetings. Don't worry about it. We'll be here. Yeah, man, look, when it comes to the Mets stuff, yeah, I mean, there's always going to be that little banter, right? There's always the banter of, the Mets take these guys and blah, 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 blah. The Mets are stealing Yankee players. First of all, let me make two assumptions real quick. Have the Mets ever stolen a legitimate Yankee player? And what do I mean by legitimate Yankee player? I mean somebody that's been a Yankee for years. And then they were a free agent, and there was a bidding war, and the Mets took those guys. Soto was not a Yankee for years. Devin Williams was not a Yankee for years. Soto was a Yankee for one season. Devin Williams was a Yankee for one season. Now, again, I'll tip the cap. To the Mets on Soto because we all wanted Soto. I don't think there was some Yankee fans out there, by the way. Oh, I don't think we should sign this guy because we're going to get better without him. We didn't get better without him. And I don't give a poot if people want to talk about, the offense scored more runs. The offense was absolutely inconsistent. Stop this nonsense. Well, the Yankees' offense was so great. How would you not want to run that back? They weren't. They had spurts. The Yankees' offense had games where they would score a shit ton of runs. Then they'd go a week of scoring 6 runs. Stop it. Stop this idea that this was some powerhouse, scary offense that never was shut out, never was beaten down by other pitchers in a consistent basis at times. The Yankees were games that you will look up and go, well, they got no hit through 5. They got no hit through 6. Well, the Yankees scored 2 today. Well, oh, look, 11 runs, nice. Then they score 1 tomorrow. So cut this nonsense out. That, well, they were the greatest offensive club that ever lived this year. Of course you want to run that back with the same players. Stop the baloney. Stop the baloney that this was an absolutely consistent dog of a lineup when it wasn't. This lineup was not consistent. A-Rod said it recently. The 95 wins might be the most skewed stat of the year for the Yankees to finish where they finished. That's simple. I hear this a lot. We'll bring everybody back and let them go again because the offense was so good. No, it wasn't. And let me tell you guys something about the offense. Yeah, people keep bringing up this. They were number 1 in this, number 1 in that, number 1 in this. Okay, cute. Where's the balanced structure of a lineup, though? Trent Grisham's your leadoff hitter? Really? Why did Judge not have 150 plus RBIs? Why did he have not the 140 something he had with Soto here? Oh, the reason he did because he actually had somebody that gets on base for him. You ever heard of batting orders having structure? That's what a batting order is. That's what a lineup is supposed to be. Structure. Your best hitter, Aaron Judge, should hit 3rd. The guys ahead of him should be guys that get on base and can hit for average. not Trent Grisham. It's not difficult. Again, this is why the Yankees aggravate me like they do. Because you're doing things that are not normal and you're trying to normalize it. Well, we get him more at bats, so that'll be better. Okay, keep running with that and see how it works. Keep running with that and we'll see how it works. Let's keep it going, guys.
Hey, Pete. Johnny Rib, Baltimore.
My brother, what's up,
Calling
fam?
in, checking in. Excited about the new season coming up, 2026. Let's make some changes. I know this pitching staff has got some injuries, and we're plagued by some typical injuries from our stalwarts, Cole and Clark.
Yeah.
But we've got some youth, and I hope this youth develops, and this new pitcher, Schlitter's the real deal.
Hope so.
Who knows? Maybe Elmer Rodriguez will step up. Man, we'll see. We'll see. I just want the Yanks to stick with a little bit of what they have. I know prospects don't always work out, and they're kind of like commodities.
Yep.
But we need some consistency. If we keep changing it all, it's just going to be the same old, and we keep falling behind these Dodgers. I just want to see us be consistent. And maybe, just maybe, we can develop into a team that has a nice core. But anyway, just checking in. Love to you. This is the best place. It is the New York Yankees headquarters. The only place to listen to real talk for the real fans. Pete Simonetti. Looking forward to Michelangelo Simonetti. Is that his name? I'm just asking. Anyway.
Michelangelo.
Talk soon.
I like it. A little Michelangelo Simonetti. I like it. Hey, maybe if I convince Jira to have another one, which is probably never going to happen. But look, this is why. You remember what you just said, Johnny Riv? Johnny Riv just said consistency, right? You got to have consistency. Consistency also comes with commitment. On the offensive side of the ball, where has the Yankees' commitment been? The Yankees have missed out on a lot of really good players. They missed out on a lot of good players offensively, and they've sat it out, for whatever reason it might be. This is why the idea that Tucker is the backup to Cody Bellinger is nuts. It is absolutely nuts, folks. This idea that the rumor out there, and we don't know if it's true, knowing the Yankees, it very well could be. Could it be a ploy? Maybe. We don't know. But the news out there that Tucker is the backup option to Cody Bellinger tells you all you need to know about the Yankees. In no world, by the way, is Tucker the backup to Bellinger. Bellinger should be the backup to Tucker. If you miss out on the best player, you go for the other guy. It's kind of been the motto of the Yankees over the last couple of years, hasn't it? We miss out on Soto. We get the best pitcher available. Smart. I said they should do that in 48 hours. They did. That's smart. That is very smart. Good on them. But then they went and basically were handed Cody Bellinger. We'll give you him. And he was good. It's not a knock on Cody Bellinger at all. I like Cody Bellinger. No doubt about it. But 6 years, 7 years, God forbid 8 years for Cody Bellinger is nuts. Kyle Tucker should be the guy you look to commit to if that's the case. If you're going to commit to one of those players, Kyle Tucker should be the guy that you commit to. And you put him there with Judge. And me and Francis talk about this almost every Designated Spitters episode. You saw this type of thing work with Soto. And I'm not saying that Tucker is the exact same offensive profile as Juan Soto. He's not. Soto's a better offensive player. I've said it for years. Tucker's not far off. And you saw where that got you. Make your bed with those two gentlemen and say, this is what I am going to go ahead and I'll die on this hill. I'm going to put those two guys together. And I think we have a chance of making it work. I think with Garrett coming back, I think with Freed, I think with Carlos in the rotation, whatever, Imai, whatever it might be. I think this really gives us a chance year after year to have a dynamic lefty-righty duo to go along with a guy like Ben Rice, who may really catch on and be extremely consistent, to figure out who a leadoff hitter is for us consistently. But to know this is our lineup every year, we know we got that back-to-back, puts you in a great winning position if you're the Yankees. And you better hope the Blue Jays don't go and grab him. Because if the Blue Jays go and grab him, you should be getting Bo Bichette. You should get Bo Bichette anyway. To me, he's still my top guy. But who the frig knows with this club? Hush says, I know people who hate the New York Yankees and they feel bad because we choke every year. We just take up space in the playoffs and do nothing. Management is delusional. You know, they just have the wrong mindset and idea about how this stuff has to work. And one of my biggest problems with the Yankees is they just don't seem to make the obvious move to get better. They just, for whatever reason, want to be smarter than everybody, and I don't get it. I don't understand it. Let's keep your voicemails going, guys.
Yo, Pete.
Oh, shit.
I want my NYYU Stanley Cup. I'm not playing around. I will get a cup. You said January? The minute the clock hits 12, I better see an NYU Stanley Cup for sale.
You know what? You know what, Crackle Nuts? I'll tell you this right now. Maybe I don't want to sell them to you. Maybe if I get them, I don't want to sell them to you. How you like that? How you like that, Crackle? I don't want you to have a cup. How you like that? You dog, you friggin' stinking dog, Crackle Nuts. I love you, brother. They'll be here in January at some point. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. Let's keep it going.
Oh,
shit.
Afternoon delight.
Oh, I like it.
Gerald, Bam, little Manetti getting ready for D-Day to come out and dance.
Yeah.
Pete, some Imai. Oh, give me some Imai, Pete. Because Imai's my guy, Pete.
Hashtag my guy, Imai.
Nothing you can say can tear me away from Imai.
Oh, I like it.
Nothing you can do, because I'm stuck like glue to my Imai.
I like it.
I'm sticking to Imai like a stamp to a letter, like birds of a feather will stick together. I'm telling you from the start, I can't be torn apart from Imai. Nothing you can do can make me so untrue to Imai. Nothing you can buy, 'cause I won't tell a lie to Imai.
I like this. I like this.
I gave Imai my word of honor to be faithful, and I'm gonna, you best be believing, I won't be deceiving Imai. And Yankees, you better not deceive Imai. Not on my watch, brother. Not on my watch. So go get him and cut the bullshit. And let's go! NYYU!
Love it, brother.
Forever!
Oh, yes. Love it, my brother, the one, the only Uncle Dom. There's nobody like him, baby. By the way, guys, you guys know how busy I am this month. I am getting to awards. Don't worry. I am getting to the awards. I might have Discord. I might reach out to you guys today because I might have you guys help me with the nominations. It's been a little while for me. As you guys know, my mind is all over the place. There's baby on the way, making sure Jira's okay, of course. And then there's a lot of other things that NYU is working on behind the scenes. So, yeah, man, I'm probably going to reach out to the Discord today and ask you guys to help me out a little bit with all the nominations for all the award ceremony that we do, obviously, for our community every single year. So we're juggling a lot. I'm doing a balancing act right now, the best I can, folks. So let's keep it going. Got a couple of more voicemails, then we'll wrap up here. Funny thing is, this just popped up from Fox Sports. It's about Kyle Schwarber. The Reds are trying very hard to get Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber will hit like 60-plus home runs in Cincinnati. That would be absolutely nuts. Let's keep it going.
What's up, my brother? What's up,
What's up,
everybody?
fam?
This is Rich Dave Doom. Yeah, it's been a little bit, moved into the new place, and but I got you on in the studio, been checking in, and I've been listening to everything everybody's been saying, and as we're setting up stuff and I'm getting stuff ready for the new studio, I'm pulling out. We're gonna have a nice, of course, Yankee area. And I'm seeing all the stuff from the championship years that I had, and I'm pulling out and going through. And, all this talk about money. Of course, that's obvious. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear them crying about it. That goes without saying. There's not even a discussion that needs to happen with that. But my brother and I took a break, and we were discussing it. And it's people making the decisions with that money, or even not that much. We're looking at all this championship stuff. Bob Watson, Gene Michael, Buck Showalter, okay? George is nowhere in sight. He's suspended. Everybody forgets that. The place erupted. Yeah. But nonetheless, these people making these decisions, well, how much did Jeter cost? How much did Pettit cost? How much did Bernie cost? How much did Posada cost? I mean, we go on and on and on and on and on. It's terrible decisions. The only consistent is no consistency. Saw you guys say that the other night. All right, everyone, I'm going to run. But, again, I'll try checking in every once in a while. Hope everybody's doing well and had a great Thanksgiving. Talk to you all soon. Later.
Day of Doom, a very, very heavy candidate, by the way, for Rookie of the Year this year. Just saying. Definitely, and I don't like to put my support behind any candidates. I'm just saying. I'm out of this thing. It ain't up to me. It ain't up to me. I'm just saying. Day of Doom's been a beast this year. Just putting it out there. But, look, one thing I always say about George, too, is a lot of people bring up, when George got suspended, that's when, Gene Michael kind of took over baseball operations. And I always say one thing. Yeah, I could understand people say that about George, and they try to use it as a knock on George Steinbrenner. I always ask one question to people, and a lot of people that say that stuff. Who hired them? Those are the caveats of being a boss. Just saying. You may have nothing, Could have been a lucky pick. Could have just worked out without ways that he ever thought. At the end of the day, who hired him? Alex, my guy, says, am I the only one that thinks that the big dumper is overrated and the torpedo bat was a placebo for him? I don't want to call the guy overrated. I don't want to call him that. I don't want to call him overrated at all. To think that is not wrong. There's obviously more you want to see him do on a consistent level. As a catcher, I'm never going to knock a dude that had the year he had. Is the bat a difference for him? I don't know. Could be, but I don't want to call him overrated. I don't think that's the case. Obviously, there's no doubt about it. He got extreme media attention this year. There was a heavy push to have him win the MVP. Aaron Judge, rightfully so, won the MVP. It really wasn't close when you break down the numbers. But he's a very good player. There's no doubt about that.
The one and only Platano P.
No, that's what they call me, damn it.
Wow, my brother, what's going on, man?
Yo.
Boy, Chris Silverman, like the loaded with the youth, baby.
Chris, I can't hear you, brother. I'm sorry to cut you off there, but there's way too much static, fam, and I don't even know if the audience is going to really hear what you said. Appreciate you, though, fam, calling you the man, Chris, and I did get the voicemail, so don't worry. I do got it. I just can't really hear it that good, brother, so no disrespect. I apologize, but can't really put that one on. Let's keep it going.
Hey, Pete. First,
Yo!
I just wanted to encourage you to just keep talking to people, and you're absolutely right. May not feel the need to go in that direction, but it's what they need to do. And, I know you said you'd like it to happen, you don't think it will, and you kind of backed off talking about it, but I don't think you should back off talking about it. I just say keep on pressing them. It's the most logical thing. It's a right-hand contact bat. You're taking them away from your top competitor now in the East, arguably, until Boston proves otherwise. And, why not? It's what they need. So, keep talking about it. Great show as always, Pete.
Appreciate you, brother. Yes, there will be an All Rise on Friday, William. There definitely should be an All Rise on Friday. Sunday, Designated Spitters episode is going to be a little different. I know Francis is not available this weekend, so I'll figure that out. But it's going to be an episode because it's winter meeting time, and I go live every day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I will be live. Don't worry about that. But no, look, it's not necessarily. I don't want to. I believe I have used the word of backing off on talking about Bo Bichette, but that is only regards to I just feel the Yankees aren't going to do that. Should they do that? Yes. Am I going to keep talking about the Yankees should do that move? Is the obvious move? Of course I am. I'm going to do that every single time, nonstop. No question about it. I'll keep talking about it and keep going from there. But ladies and gentlemen, I'll wrap up this episode. God bless you all again, guys. It feels like everybody likes the 12 o'clock start time a lot better than 11. So going into next year, I'm probably going to keep All Rise at a 12 o'clock start time. It seems like everybody really likes the idea of the 12 start time. Viewership is up in the offseason compared to last year of doing the show at 11 compared to 12. So I'm going to keep it going this year, 12 o'clock. I'll leave it alone. It actually works better for me also. But with that being said, guys, much love to each and every one of you. God bless you guys. Have a beautiful day. And like I said, if there is any Yankee news that breaks, I'm here. I'm here. Do not worry, folks. So peace out. Talk to you guys next time. Have a great day. Peace, folks.
Can't make a promise, but I do my best. 25 sitting on 25 racks. Just got started, no, we ain't done yet. Bought a new crib, that's a goddamn flex. Sign that check. Told them last year that I been up next. Can't take calls, but I send that text. From way downtown, but the shit still.